Unidentified flying object is anything that cannot be identified even after proper investigation. Most of us might mistake aircrafts, meteorites, and satellites as possible UFOs, since we rarely see these objects in the sky. A quick example would be the SpaceX launching that happened in 2017. It left the residents of Southern California in awe, with many taking their phones in order to catch the sight on camera. It was later revealed that it was nothing more than an advanced spacecraft that was taking off on a voyage. Nearly all reported unidentified objects can be explained, but what about the 10% of cases that cannot be explained? Tonight, we look at cases that were recently declassified from the Pentagon. These cases contain aircrafts that can only be classified as unidentified flying objects. On November 14, 2004, a Navy missile cruiser on the coast of California detected a strange radar signal coming 100 miles from the sky. It was not long until fighter jets were deployed to see if they could locate the strange object. There was no success at first, but after some time, Commander David Fravor was successful in catching a glimpse of the flying object. His mother-in-law would ask if he had ever seen a UFO, and his answer was always no. He never truly believed such a thing existed, but on this day, his opinion towards the subject changed. With over 18 years of experience under his belt, he had seen many aircrafts before, but none like the one he saw that day. He described it as looking like an aircraft in the shape of a tic-tac. It moved quickly from side to side, unlike any aircraft he had seen. His Navy supervisor did not wish to speak much of it, and most of the crew would begin making the situation into a joke, asking David if he had received any visits from the Men in Black lately. He decided to retire 2 years later, and it wasn't until 2009 when the video came to surface where David began to speak to the media about that day. He was interviewed and asked what he believed the object was. His response was always the same one: it was something not from Earth. For most of 2014, multiple Navy pilots over the coast of Jacksonville, Florida, reported seeing strange objects in the sky. They first began noticing the strange aircraft appearing frequently on their radar after their 1980s Aero radars were upgraded. At first, they began to ignore the appearances on the radars, since they believed it to be possibly malfunctioning. It was after they began seeing them in the skies when they were left speechless. Many would describe the unknown aircraft as having no visible signs of an engine being present, yet the aircraft would easily reach hypersonic levels of speed. Most of these experienced pilots were left amazed at how the flying objects would not run out of energy even after the constant speed they were flying under, with Navy pilot Ryan Graves adding that 12 hours flying in the air is 11 hours longer than we expected. It is believed that multiple airline pilots have seen aircrafts unknown to them, but due to the stigma of being ridiculed, they decide to remain silent about the subject. Many sightings from all over the world are becoming common, with many of these claims being recorded on mobile phones to provide evidence of the sighting. Some, as you can see, do make you wonder if it truly is something unknown that was captured that day. Humans would like to believe unexplained flying objects have a relation with extraterrestrial beings, and perhaps some of these sightings have been short glimpses of life on another planet, but sadly, most of these sightings are simply mistaken by a known aircraft or object. For now, all we can do is wait and keep an eye out for something in the sky.